Trend lines are used to come up with an equation that defines the relationship between variables. And the science's calibration curves are one of the most common trend lines you can find. And in this case, what I have are some data set up to do a calibration curve between suspended solids concentration in water samples and the turbidity. These are my known samples that should have a very linear relationship between them. When you have more suspended solids, you would expect higher turbidity. And if I just plot that with a points command, you can see it does look very linear. But to confirm this and find the actual equation, I'm going to use the fit command. Now there it is. I have my linear fit of the data, which is what the fit command does by default. I can expand this command open, see results of the fit, as well as the R-square value. I can also add a legend command that I can see the equation and have this on my graph. But the pro tip I want to give you for this video is how you can use the output of this fit command in other calculations. We saw this with the histogram command, that we could click the gear menu and there were things we could extract back into the data table. Here I'll illustrate how I can extract the variable of slope and the intercept into my variables table. I'm going to name both of these variables, and this automatically opened up my data side panel, which shows me not only do I have data for standards here, but I have set up data for a set of samples where the suspended solids concentration is now being calculated using these two variables. You can see here is my equation that I have set up, and the results of that are in the data table. And because I am here in DataGraph, then I can go ahead and just, oops, let me actually just select the sample and the suspended solids, sample name and suspended solids, and I can make this into another graph. And now everything is connected. This is completely dynamic. If I had to update my calibration curve because there was a problem with it, all my computations would update automatically, even the graph over here. I think this is a nice dynamic example of what we would call kind of a data flow setup, where DataGraph does much more than just do the graphing for you. And there it is, your basic example of a linear trend line.